Hello and welcome or welcome back. I'm the Tilted Crown Gourmet. Hopefully you had an opportunity to watch my cream of mushroom soup video or mushroom soup video. If you didn't, a link will be down in the description. However, of course, you're going to have leftovers. So why not make a quick beef stroganoff as a mid-week meal? So tonight we're going to be doing beef stroganoff, or at least the Tilted Crown Gourmet's version of beef stroganoff. So let's get some prep done and let's get cooking. Since I had some amazing homemade cream of mushroom soup laying around, I decided I needed to make some beef stroganoff. You'll need 2 pounds of beef chuck. Take your piece of beef chuck and cut it into 1/2 to 3/4 inch steaks and then cut it into 1/2 inch pieces. The exact shape and size really doesn't matter as long as they are consistent. Once they are cut, you want to salt and pepper them generously. We're going to go over to our stove where I have my shallow round Dutch oven. The key here is the size, and it needs to have a lid. Have your heat on high and add some vegetable oil, and when it starts to shimmer, add your meat. Now we know that you have always been told not to crowd your pan, but for this cut of meat and for this particular recipe, you can crowd your pan. This is going to simmer for a long time, so it's okay. While your meat is browning, dice up your onion, trying to keep the dices uniform. Granted, you can also do slices. All depends on how much mouthfeel you want with your onions. Then you want to dice up your garlic. You can also run this through a garlic press if you desire. Once the meat is browned, place it on a plate to reserve. Turn the heat down to medium and put in some butter. Don't wipe out your pan. Normally at this point you would also add mushrooms, but since I have my soup, I'll just add my diced onions. Give it a nice pinch of salt and saute over medium heat until they are browned. Once they are nicely brown, add your garlic and only cook for about 30 to 45 seconds, making sure you give everything a nice stir. Throw in your flour, give everything a good mix, and cook for 1 to 2 minutes because you want to cook off any of that raw flour taste. Add in your wine. I used Pinot Grigio, beef stock, and your cream of mushroom soup. If you have some better than bouillon roast beef flavor, you can also add 2 teaspoons of this to enhance that beefy flavor. Add the beef and all the collected juices back into the pan. Bring it up to a simmer and on low heat, cover and let braise for approximately 1 hour, stirring every 20 minutes or so. Depending on your beef as well as how you've cut it, this can take a little more or a little less time. Once your meat is tender, add in your creme fraiche. You can use sour cream, but it's not as good, and the sour cream can curdle and separate when it gets hot. If you want more sauce, add more stock. If you want it drier, add less. For example, I only used 1 1/4 cups of stock and 4 ounces of creme fraiche. Once your creme fraiche is stirred in, add in your fresh chopped chives and parsley. Taste for seasoning, and if it's to your liking, you're done. I highly recommend that you serve this over some beautiful buttery noodles. What I did was during the last 10 minutes of cooking the stroganoff, I placed my bowls into an oven to warm. I also placed my noodles into my salted boiling water. I cooked them per the package instructions, and once they were done, I drained out all but about 4 tablespoons of water. I then added my butter and tossed. By leaving in some water, it emulsifies the butter, so your noodles taste buttery, not greasy. To serve, place your noodles into your warm shallow bowls and top with your beef stroganoff. At this point, you can either just add more chives and parsley or another dollop of creme fraiche. I'm the Tilted Crown Gourmet. If you have suggestions as to new dishes, leave that down in the comments. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell as I release new content every Friday. Bon appetit.